Good morning to some, good afternoon to others. It's Monday. Time for another week. I think I'm going to wait on that other group. I may be starting to share to another group too, but I hear from them until I'm sure it's cool that I post it, but can't assume now, can I? So I'm just going to give it a little bit, see if we get some people showing up, and then I'll get started on it. On In All Our Affairs. Um, at my grandkids this weekend, and lately, like for the last I don't know 6 7 months, what they've been doing is the parents have been letting them decide if they want to come over. All right. Well, the thing is my wife and I, we don't make a bunch of money, right? And he has some pretty, his other grandma and grandpa, they have money. I'm not gonna say they're rich. They might be. I don't know, but they're well to do, and they take them a lot of places and things like that, which I think is neat. But I sat them down and I said, you know, you two probably realize that me and grandma are different from your other grandma and grandpas, huh? And they're like, oh yeah, you guys are a lot different. And see, we don't, and I went on to let them know the reason we don't have a lot of money is because of the type of work that we do. And that we will always care for them and love them. Okay. And they had a good time. So I told them, why don't you guys think of some fun things you want to do when you come over? Right. I've already got some ideas, maybe a Nerf gun war or something, you know? So, you know, talk to your grandkids. They understand. They love being around us. They just need to know that we might do things a little differently here. That we're going to have to use our imagination when we're over at grandma and grandpa's. Okay. Which personally I think is much better for children than buying their fun. But I say that because I'm broke. Right? I'm saving up money to take us all to Disneyland. I'd like to do that. So, all right. Looks like we got some people showing up. So let's get started. Um, if you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. And of course, welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I am your host today. So I was doing some deep cleaning yesterday and I came across some books. I was wondering where they went, that my friend Jill had given me. And one of those, well, to me and my wife, because my wife's an Al Anon. And I stole her One Day at a Time, Courage to Change. And this is Al Anon. And I thought it'd be neat to do this to maybe get a different perspective because it's still the same recovery, but maybe different verbiage, maybe something a little bit different for us. So I thought it'd be neat to utilize one of these. Um, since I have not read it, right? October 24th. All I did was take out the very bottom in all of our affairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out the 12 by 12 because I've been asked to be doing some reading out of the 12 by 12. So I'm going to bring this out and we're going to go to step 12. Not sure where I'm going to read yet. It's a very, very long. I think I found a good place. All right. If you are reading along, uh, or if Ingrid is on, I am starting on page 109 at the very big at the first complete paragraph. All right. So practicing these steps, we had a spiritual awakening about which finally there was no question. about there is no question. Looking at those who were only beginning and still doubting themselves, the rest of us were able to see the change setting in. Ugh. From great from great numbers of such experience, we could predict that the doubter who still claimed that he hadn't got the spiritual angle and who still considered his well-loved AA group the higher power would presently love God and call him by name. Um, what they're saying there is eventually, if you are using things such as your AA, God group of drunks, the doorknob, uh, a character from a movie, some sort of inanimate object, you are going to need to make that change over to a loving and caring God. Okay? A group of drunks cannot be your higher power forever. That's a great start. It's a good start. But this is something extremely personal and should not involve other people at all. In my, let's remember that this is my experience. Doesn't make it right, right? But at the same time, I've been watching this and doing this for about 35 years, So, and I've seen it from the age I was 14. I've been watching this. And I have found in my experience that when people make that change, their recovery gets a lot better. It could be hard to read that upside down, isn't it? Now, what about the rest of the 12th step? The wonderful energy it releases and the eager action by which it carries our message to the next suffering alcoholic, and which finally translates the 12 steps into action upon all of our affairs, is the payoff, the magnificent reality of Alcoholics Anonymous. There it is. Helping other people is the bright spot of our lives, and it is usually the number one answer. Right? Last Wednesday, I got up, and I had a really bad nightmare. I woke up crying. Okay. Now, when I on days that I work, I get up and I automatically put pants on. Okay, I put my work pants on because I'm telling my brain we're going to work. If I put on pajamas, I'm saying we're staying home. Okay, so I put on my pants. I go to work. I made it to work, and honestly, that was quite surprising to me. I made it. I ended up talking to. Damn it, that's a phone call I need to take. Ugh. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I may have to cut this a little short, even though I was on a roll there. Okay. Hi, Ingrid. I'm reading out of Courage to Change. I decided to use the Al-Anon. No, I ain't leaving. I'm finishing this. Hey, I'm going to have to cut it a little short, but I'm going to finish it first. So, the process of recovery in Al-Anon has been likened to peeling an onion. We peel away a layer at a time, often shedding a few tears as we do. But recovery always makes me think of the bark of the birch tree. The birch's bark is necessary for protection, yet as the tree grows, the bark peels away gradually of its own accord. Hi, Kathy. If it is removed prematurely by a deer scraping its antlers or a porcupine searching for food, the tree is wounded and becomes vulnerable to infections, fungus, and insects. Like the birch tree, I could be wounded if I am prematurely stripped of my defenses. Defenses in this case, because remember, we're reading from Al-Anon. Okay. So we're taking a little bit of a different view on this, which is what I want. Okay. What are these defenses that we're talking about? They're talking about boundaries, internal boundaries is what they're talking about on that. Okay. You're going to need this stuff. If you're going to work with other alcoholics, you're going to need to learn some Al-Anon stuff like boundaries. They have very strong boundaries. And that's why I'm doing this. Hey, Steph, good to see you. Like the birch tree, I can be wounded if I'm prematurely stripped of my defenses. Most of us have spent a significant amount of time trying to cope with these wounds from the past rather than growing up and changing. But in Al Anon, I am encouraged to grow at my own pace. And it is the same in AA. Take your time. Take your time. Matt, what else do you need to rush through? You don't need to rush through this. In fact, I would recommend you don't listen to your sponsor. As I do, I find some of my defenses and ideas too tight, too limiting. And so I slough them off, just like the birch tree releases its old skin. They are no longer needed. Isn't that neat? So what you're going to do is you're going to shed off some of this old stuff that it's weighing you down. It's weighing you down. Today's reminder, I have an innate ability to heal and grow. You already have it. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along. You already possess all of these skills. You just need to brush them off and start using them again appropriately. I don't need to force myself to change. Nope. In fact, don't do that. That's just silly. All I have to do is show up and be willing. When I'm ready, the changes will come easily. Now, that doesn't mean don't make goals and shoot for them. But what that means, this is Rule 62. Don't take yourself so damn seriously. Rule 62. We all have our own answers within ourselves and can find them with the help of our Al Anon program and a higher power in all our affairs. So, in all of our affairs, that means once we leave our rooms or we leave here and we are working with other people, well, I don't mind if I piss that person off today. I'm never going to see them again. No, no, man. Okay. I had this talk with my grandson yesterday. It's the same thing. He got sushi. They went for a ride and Shan picked him up some sushi. He brings it back, shoves it in his sister's face, and says, "I got sushi. You did not." Okay. My niece went and got sushi for her too, but I sat him down and I'm like, "Listen, young man, you do not treat people that way. You do not treat your sister that way. You're her older brother." Well, she picks on me too. I said, "Doesn't matter. You're the older brother. You need to set the example." Okay. And you know what I got? Okay, Grandpa. Right. All right. There was a caseworker calling me. So I do need to get going here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. This was a pretty big group, too. We had Ingrid, we had Kathy. Looks like Pepe and Steph are here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. As we go out today, let's remember that other people are going through things too, and maybe we could just throw a little bit of respect in everything that we do today. Let's try that. All right. You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't claimed spiritual progress. Let's do that today. Is everybody ready? Good job. All right. Now we're done. We've got our accolades now. We're feeling good. Now let's go out and help some people. All right. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.